Welcome to Second Generation IT Group.
Hello, my name is Ferdinand Asamoah, Director of Second Generation IT Group.
We've been in business for the past 5 years, and we have a lot of clients who have come through the school and they're doing pretty well.
We offer 18 weeks of cyber course, which runs for every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And people ask, why Second Generation IT Group? Yeah, we offer different courses in cyber. Cyber is kind of big, so we offer risk management, we offer FISCOM, we offer cloud computing, we offer pen testing, and we also offer Splunk. Courses are offered virtually. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can just join the course without any. It's very convenient for everybody. You can reach us on our social media. You can reach us on Facebook, you can reach us on Instagram, and you can also reach us on our website, which is secondgenerationitgroup.llc.com.
The company that provides beyond excellence.
Are you a Ghanaian living abroad, and are you having problems running errands in Ghana? Don't worry anymore. Smartphone is a mobile app that enables you to run errands in Ghana in a safe, affordable, and fast way. Our services are caring and assistance services. We'll visit your elderly relatives and connect them to needed health care. Errand services will buy and send groceries, birthday cakes, supplies to homes, offices, and schools. Confirmation services will provide third-party confirmation video for contractors' work, and personal representation services will represent you at functions such as funerals and marriages. Download the Smartphone app on Google and iOS stores and enjoy the convenience of running errands in Ghana at your fingertips. Smartphone, send your love home.
Hi there, my name is Calipos, the only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Oh, do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of TapTapSend. People, TapTapSend is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana. If you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download TapTapSend on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on TapTapSend.
TapTapSend. Send more, spend less.
Okay, guys, I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. My name is DJ Nyame. If you just chance on our channel, today we are doing live every Fridays. I bring lawyer Wisdom Akaho on the show from UK. Wise Smart Solicitors to educate us more on immigration matters. But for some few weeks now, we have not had him on our show because of one or two reasons. So if you just chance on our channel today, we are coming to talk about immigration matters, and it's a live show from SBTV Africa Studios. I already have lawyer Wisdom Akaho online. You can bring your questions on the comment section. You can also send voice notes to WhatsApp number, which I'll be putting on the screen soon. Today, I want to do English. Yes. Lawyer, I was surprised lawyer today because this time, I know people are asking me, Nyame, sometimes you need to bring English, do English small, speak English small, 2x4 English, I'll bring it. Lawyer, today, we dey do English. Me and you be that. Me and you be that. Be my English, it be technical English, hard one. So today we are doing then graduate they can't speak. So for not say today my English I dey prepare.
Don't worry.
Welcome live on SBTV Africa. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, DJ Nyame. I am blessed, and how are you doing?
I'm good. We thank God. Today is first time doing English with you. We always been speaking Twi.
It's fine.
Yeah, so we want to cross borders.
Ashibri kontombre, we shall do all this also.
That's nice. So if you just join us, you can drop your comments. You can bring your questions, whatever you want to ask lawyer today. We are here to 7 p.m. Now my time says it's 5:38. So we are here till 7 p.m. So if you have questions, whatever you want to ask lawyer, you can just drop it in the comment section. You can also send it's a voice note. Let me check if I can put my number on the screen so that you can send your voice note. If you can't type your questions, you can just send a quick voice note question. Then I will play it for him. Then he will answer you. So, lawyer, today you said we are looking at. Let me see my flyer. You said we are looking at uh, what document. What documents do not to use for your visit visa or marriage visa application, right?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay, great. So, lawyer, over to you, boss.
Thank you very much, DJ Nyame. You are a top man. You're a top man as always. And thanks to all the listeners and those who are watching us. Right. I want us to. So do I also have to speak English, or I can
No,
mix it up?
no, today let's do English more. You can mix it, but let's try and do the English
All
more
right,
so that
that's fine.
our brothers too will hear some. People in Nigeria, uh, Kenya,
Cambodia
Uganda,
and
and
other
all
countries. That's fine.
that.
Thank you.
Or you don't do it, those people.
No. We handle everybody.
So let's go. Today we are doing English freestyle.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the viewers and those who are listening. Right. I want us to look at what documents not to use for your visa, either visit visa or your entry clearance applications. What documents not to use. Now, the reason why I have chosen this topic is because recently we have observed that there are a lot of refusals, and it is based on the fact that people are using some false documents in making their applications. Now, when you use a false document, sometimes we think that it will not be found out, but you are wrong. It will be found out. Now, gone are the years where when you make an application, you go there in person, they interview you, they ask questions. If they want any clarifications, then you can give it to them. These days, they do not do a lot of interviews. It is the documents that you present that is used to determine the application. So if you provide statements, etc., etc., because you are not there for questions to be asked, the caseworker would have to look at the documents and decide whether the documents you provided is genuine or it is not genuine. So what do they do? First of all, they make calls to the source where the statements or the documents come from. Example, if you provide a bank statement, the decision maker, the home office official, will want to call the bank or send an email to the bank to find out if the document you provided is firstly genuine. And then secondly, they want to find out if the content of that document is also genuine. And based on that, he makes a decision. From there, if you have provided pay slips, they want to check with your employer if the pay slips you provided is also genuine. So generally, they have to make calls across board to the various departments and sectors to be sure that the documents you provided are genuine before they make a decision. And we have seen that a lot of decisions, a lot of applications have been refused because people are using false documents. Now, if we say what is a false, what when we say false document, what is a false document? The Home Office says a false document is any document which has been falsified, which has been altered. Example, you are using a marriage certificate, and on that marriage certificate, they've asked, what is your place of residence at the time of marriage? Maybe you are in the UK, but they wrote Ghana or they wrote Kenya on the certificate. Now, because you've seen a lawyer and the lawyer tells you that is a mistake, then you take blade to try to face off the Kenya to turn it into United Kingdom. That makes the document invalid. You have tampered with the document. So do not use blade to scrape off the writing on the document, or do not use pen to turn around a 2 into 3. Don't do that. That affects the genuineness of the document. It becomes a false document. Do not use Tipex to run over the mistake and write over it. That makes the document false. It is no longer genuine. So, any document that has been altered or tampered with, alter means something scraped off, something changed, something added, something subtracted. It is all tampered with. The document is false. It may be your own bank account. It may be your own statement. It may be your own marriage certificate. But do not use blade or Tipex or pen to change anything. Another example is this. Maybe you have a marriage certificate. The name is supposed to be James. James. Somebody's own is Jamex. One is X and one is S. Now, if they wrote your name wrongly, instead of S, they made it X, don't use blade to change the X xylophone to S sugar. That has nullified your document. So do not do that. Another thing is any document that is counterfeit. Genuinely, you see that it's not a genuine document, it is counterfeit. Any document that is counterfeit is a false document. Please do not use that document, because if you use it, they will find out, they'll refuse the application, then you can be banned from coming to the UK for so many years. We will come to that later. So let me go over it again. Do not tamper with the documents. Don't use blade. Don't use Tipex. Don't use saliva. Don't use a pen. Don't use pencil. Do not tamper with the document. Otherwise, it becomes a fake document. Do not use counterfeit document. Counterfeit document, which is not genuine. You know that it is not genuine. Don't use that one. It would affect your application. Now, what we have to realize is under paragraph 327A, 327B, and the 320s, which generally govern refusal of application. Whether you know or not, whether you know that the connection man or the agent has used the false document or not, they do not care. As long as it is to benefit you, the application will be refused. So you can say, oh, I gave my application to a travel agent. The travel agent obtained the bank statement. The bank statement was altered or changed. I do not know anything about it. The Home Office will not accept that. Whether you know, whether you knew or not, whether you currently know that it's going to be used or not, they do not care, because if it had succeeded, it would have benefited you. So they do not care whether you know or not, unless the child is under 18. If the child is under 18, the child doesn't have control over these documents. So normally they wouldn't use it against the child. But if you are an adult, you are more than 18 years old, you have no excuse by saying, I did not know. That would not help your case. So, and documents which are being used by an imposter, that is the third category. My document is being used by somebody else and I do not know about it. That is also a false document. Maybe I have a bank statement which has, let's say, 15,000 pounds on it. Somebody obtained that bank statement and is going to use it to make an application. I am not aware that my bank statement is being used for that application. That is a false document. Even though the document is genuine, because I, the owner of the document, I am not aware, it makes it a false document. It makes a false. So if you want to travel to the UK, you want to use your uncle's bank statement. You want your uncle to support you. You want your mother to support you. You want your brother to support you. And then you go behind him and pick his bank statement from the bank. Maybe you have a friend there. Then they produce your uncle's bank statement for you because he has got so much money in the account. Because your uncle is not aware that you are going to use his bank statement, even though there is money in that account, that makes it a false document. It will be refused. They will call your uncle, they will call your auntie, they will call your brother, they will call your sister to find out if she or they provided that document to support the application. Once they say no, the document is classified as a false document. Your application will be refused and you may be banned from coming to the UK for so many years. Another category is a document which is fraudulently obtained or issued. Now, assuming I live in the same house with my nephew, then he comes behind me and picks my bank statement, which is in my room, and goes to use for his application. That document is false. In the same way, if the same nephew of mine goes to the bank to obtain it fraudulent, to pay somebody to produce that bank statement for them, it was fraudulently obtained. That is also a false document. Do not use that document. If you want to use somebody's document, you have to let them know. Let them give it to you. They can even give a consent letter to say, my brother, my sister, my uncle, my nephew, my niece is using my document, and I give my full support, my full backing to this use of document that can help the situation. But not, do not obtain documents fraudulently. Another category is documents which contains falsified or counterfeit entry clearance visa or document. Example, maybe we'll come to the visas, etc. etc. Maybe you have obtained my bank statement or your own bank statement, but the figures on the statement have been changed. For all you know, there is 100,000 Ghana cedis in the account, or let's say there is 10,000 Ghana cedis in the account, and it will be tampered with. Somehow they change it to 100,000. They've changed the 10,000 to 100,000. That is a false document. That is falsifying a document. It will be used against you. So I'll go down to which documents not to use. I've given a general description of what a false document is. What makes it false? It can be your own document, but once something changes on it, it becomes a false document. It can be somebody's genuine document, but once they are not aware that you are going to use it, it becomes a false document. It can be your own document, Once something is falsified, with tampered with ink or anything, it becomes a false document. So please do not use false documents. They are refusing applications because of this. So please, let's do the right thing. What documents can be false? What documents do people use? Number one, I would say do not use a false bank statement. False bank statements. I've already given you examples of what false bank statements can be. Do not use a false document. Don't change the figures on the account. Don't change the closing balance. Do not do that. It will be deemed as a false document. It will affect your application, and you will not be able to come to the UK for a very, very long time. So do not.
Lawyer, before you move from the bank statement, let me ask you this question.
Right.
The embassies, do they call the banks to find out if you have accounts there, right?
They do call to ask
The
all
bank,
kinds of
but,
questions.
but the bank don't have permit, or they don't have the authority to tell them the amount you have in your account. Do they tell them that?
It depends on the questions that they ask. It
Okay.
depends on the questions that they ask. They want to check. Can you confirm if the person, Mr. So and so, has an account or with their bank? That is question number one. Two, if the closing balance is between this amount and that amount, they may not give a specific figure, but they can ask if the closing balance is between 7,000 and 11,000. Maybe you have provided a bank statement which has a closing balance of 50,000. And because they have given a range and then they said no, yes, they have an account, but the closing balance is between this and that and not that amount. They may not give the specific figures, but once they
Okay.
fall outside the range, that tells them that the document you provided is not a genuine document.
Okay, continue, lawyer.
Thank you. I have seen in this work people who have come to this country, even with student visas, they've come with bank statements. They went with the bank statements to apply, and they were given the visa. They came to this country, went to the school, and then somewhere within the year, second year, then the school, the bank, the home office come back and say, we have obtained information that the bank statement you used to apply for visa was a false document, and therefore we have cancelled your leave to be in the UK. Now, these, in fact, if they don't give it to you, you know they haven't given it to you. But to be here in the middle of your course, then they cancel your visa, that makes your life very difficult. That jeopardizes everything. Your plans will get messed up because your visa is canceled, you have no leave to be in the UK, you can't work, you can't do anything. It creates a
So
lot.
they can issue you the visa, but later on
Yes,
they will still do a check.
they do.
After issuing you the visa,
Oh,
they will
yes.
still run a check on you.
Yes, it happens, and it's happened time and again and again. So the fact that they've been given the visa is not the end of the case. Sometimes people get to the airport here, and the immigration officers begin to question them, and they are not able to answer questions that relate to their own bank statements, and then becomes a problem. So whatever it is, you have to present the right document, and you have to make sure everything is legit. So if they ask you any questions, you can answer that. So that is with the bank statements. Let me go to certificates, university certificates, degree, diploma certificates. Please do not use certificates that do not belong to you. Example, Jones has provided a degree certificate that he attended University of XYZ. Meanwhile, he doesn't even know the campus. He has never been there before. Now, if you provide that to support your application, they may not check it at the time. Later, they find out that you never went to that school. It can be used against you. If you are already here, they can cancel your visa, your leave to be here. If they find out when you applied that it was a fake or false document, they will refuse your application and you may be banned from coming to the UK for a very, very long time. So please do not use fake school certificates. Do not use false degree certificates. Do not use false diploma certificates. Do not change your name and put somebody else's name on the certificate. That is a false certificate. You have never been to that university. You have never been to that campus. In fact, you don't know that place. You have never done that course. Then they get somebody's certificate and change and put your name on it. It is a false document. Do not use that. Do not use that. That can be used to, that can affect your application big time, real big time. Another thing is this. So I've talked about bank statements at length. I've talked about school certificates at length. Do not obtain false authentication letters. Authentication letters are letters that are obtained from registrars of marriages. Now, somebody who has married, you have obtained the marriage certificate. Now, the marriage certificate shows that you are actually truly married. There is supposed to be another letter to support the marriage certificate. Then you get a letter from the roadside, not from the registrar. They will check it to see that the letter that was issued is not a genuine letter. That will affect your application. Don't do that. Don't do that. Authentication letters has to be genuinely issued by the registrar of either the marriages before you can use it.
Okay,
And
before you continue, lawyer, if you just join us on SBTV Africa YouTube channel, my name is DJ Nyam. I'm here with Wise Man's solicitor, lawyer Wisdom Akao, straight from UK. We've been doing this every Fridays, but I think for the past 3 weeks, we are on break. We just resumed. So from now, every Friday, Ghana time 5:30, UK time 6:30, he will be here. We are here till 7 Ghana time. And you can bring your questions. Just drop if you are watching us. You are in Nigeria, wherever you are. Today we are doing English. Yes. From this time, we'll be doing more English. I know a lot of people come under our comment section saying, "Oh, Nyami, we don't understand your local language." We will bring it. We will start doing the English and all that. When I meet people that they speak, they are good, they speak English, I also do English. Some people ask me to put subtitles and all that. And it's difficult because the pace we are moving, we can't do video and be delaying putting subtitles. Man, we are hot. You see, we're dropping 3 videos a day. So when I meet somebody, this time when I meet anybody that speaks English, we do English. So sometimes you guys will forgive us. So you can drop your questions. Whatever question you want to ask him, exactly 6 p.m. or 6:30, I'll put everything, 6 p.m., I'll put everything on the screen. He will read it. He will answer you. Whatever you want to ask, you can just bring your question. He will answer you. So go on and let's wrap it up and start the questions.
Thank you. So if you obtain a marriage certificate, make sure the marriage certificate is genuine. The cover letter or the authentication letter must also be genuine. Don't use any false authentication letters. It will nullify everything. The other thing is birth certificates. Do not use false birth certificates. I know in Ghana and in a lot of African countries, people don't get birth certificates immediately they are born. It is true. Maybe later, when you want to travel, then you go and obtain the birth certificate. That is okay. But just make sure you obtain the certificate from the right authorities, from the right source, from the births and deaths registry in your country, the legitimate source. The fact that you are obtaining the birth certificate late does not mean that you should take it from a false source. Get it from the right source. Even if it was not registered at the time you were born, that is fine. There would have to be some additional evidence to support that application for you to get your birth certificate. Do not go to the roadside and buy a birth certificate and use. It will not work. Please don't use false birth certificates for yourself or for your children. Please obtain the certificate from the right source, from the births and deaths registry. They will give you the correct one. Now, if the Home Office goes there or the UK authorities call them to find out if this birth certificate was issued by that authority, because your file is there, because the record is there, they will confirm that yes, we issued this birth certificate, registered number 1234566. It is there, the records are there, they are happy. But if you provide a birth certificate that has no record, that is not on the system, if the caseworker calls them and there is no such evidence of a birth certificate, your application will be refused. You will be banned from the UK. Another document not to use is death certificate. The same way people are not registered when they are born in a lot of African countries, the same way when people die, sometimes the death is not registered. The death is not registered. Now, assuming somebody dies in the village, they die in the village. And because of that, there is no record that this person died on this day, the burial was on that day, etc., etc. Now, what happens then is if you need to use the death certificate to make an application for your child or to prove something, because it wasn't registered at the time, you have to go and register it. Yes, it may delay, but make sure you register it at the right source. Do not go to the roadside to get a false birth certificate or death certificate. Get the right document from the right authorities. They will have record on their system so that if anybody calls, they can confirm that yes, this document is on our system and therefore it is genuine and legitimate. So take note of that as well. Another thing I want us to pay attention to is this: money transfer receipts. They are refusing applications based on the fact that people are providing fake money transfer receipts. They call Western Union, they call Tap Tap, they call Sendwave, they call all these money transfer agencies to find out if this document is genuine, if there was any transfers through you at this time. Now, if you yourself or somebody produces some documents of money transfer for you to use, and they find out that these documents are not genuine, your application will be refused. And if it is refused, you'll be banned from the UK. You may be banned from the UK for a very long time, or subsequent applications will be refused. So please, let's all be alert. Let's all do the right things. Don't use false or fake money transfer receipts. Use the correct ones, genuine money transfer receipts in support of your application, and then you will be able to, in fact, even if you are refused, subsequently you have a better chance of making an application. But if you are refused based on false documents, it makes your life very, very difficult. So please don't use false marriage certificates, don't use false birth certificates, don't use false death certificates, don't use false school certificates, do not use false money transfer receipts. Don't tamper with the figures on the money transfer receipts. They will find out. They will find out. DJ Yame, very interesting. I have seen an occasion where I saw a pay slip, where normally the gross amount comes before they take tax, etc., etc., before the net comes. So the gross must always be bigger than the net. I have seen a pay slip where the net was bigger than the gross. How can that be? Clearly, straight away, that tells me that is not a genuine, pay slip. There is no way the net can be more than the gross. It can't happen. It cannot happen because maybe you are paying 1,500 and they take tax £100, national insurance £100, SNIS maybe 100 cities, and then you get the balance will be maybe 1,100 or 1,200. There is no way the net what you take 1,005 and what you are paid is less than what you take home. It doesn't happen. So please make sure the bank statements are genuine, the pay slips are genuine. Whatever amount is on the pay slip must reflect on the bank statement. It must correspond. With that, you have a better chance of succeeding at your appeal, on your application, or even if you have to appeal, you have a better chance of winning. So generally, these are some of the documents that people use that are false. Some people also use false residential documents, especially in the UK. Maybe you are here. Please do not use false document. Example, gas bill. Then you change the figure on the gas bill. No, don't do that. Or they change the name on the gas bill. Do not do that. The Home Office writes to the lawyers to say, will you act for this person? They have provided, not the lawyer, but the client has provided this document. They have checked. BT bill. They check and BT confirms that that document never existed or it has never existed with them. They want the client to explain how come they got that document. It creates problems for you. Therefore, if it is a BT bill, do not tamper with it. It should be genuine. If it is, water bill, do not tamper with it. If it is a gas bill, do not tamper with it. Use the genuine documents to make the application. Now, what happens if you use a false document? If you use a false document, they will find out the application will be refused. There are some occasions you will be banned from the UK for 10 years, up to 10 years. There are sometimes we have discretionary refusals, and then we have mandatory refusals. We have the mandatory, that is automatically you'll be refused. And then we have the discretionary. Sometimes they use their discretion depending on the section under which you are refused. So please, it can be 10 years or any application you make can be refused within that period. So I would caution that, please, no one should use false documents in making their application. It will be found out and then it can affect your subsequent application. I've talked about, let me just summarize it. I've talked about what is a fake document. Document that is counterfeit. You use blade. You use, let's say, Tipex. You use pen. You change some numbers, or you change some, what do you call it, some alphabets. You have falsified the document. It's gone wrong. Bank statements. Don't change the figures. If it is not yours, let the owner know. If I let the owner give it to you to use, you don't go and obtain it behind the owner. That makes it a false document. Gas bill, don't use a false gas bill. Electricity, don't use a false electricity bill. Money transfer, use the legitimate one. Don't change the figures on the money transfer. They will check with Western Union and all the other money transfer agencies, they will check with them. Don't use false school certificates. Don't use false marriage certificate. Don't use false birth certificate. Don't use false death certificates. Don't use anything that does not help. If you do, let me emphasize again, application will be refused. You may be banned from the UK for 10 years. Any questions, I'm more than happy to respond to.
Nice one, Lawyer Wisdom Akao, Wise Smart Solicitors. They are located at London, just close to the McDonald's or close to the Dawson Market. Sometimes I say they are at Dawson Market. I say, Yami, we are not inside Dawson Market. They are just close. Those who are in London, so Dawson Market, McDonald's is there. They are just. So what's the address again? I want you to tell them the address. What's the address again?
The address is number 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 the Print House. 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 the Print House. London, Dalston, E8 3DL. Telephone number is 0208 0165 384. In fact, we are behind the McDonald's. We are not in the market. We are not in the McDonald's. We are behind
The McDonald's. Your numbers are already on the screen. So question and answers time. Question and answer. So let's just go. Let me see what I have on the screen now. Let me start. You can drop your questions, whatever you want to ask him. We are talking about UK matters, so he is an expert in immigration and all those things. Let's go to Emmanuel Asari. Let me start. So you can drop your question, whatever you want to ask him, you just drop it wherever you are. Anything concerning UK, what he has just said, the topic for today, whatever you want to ask him, you can just go ahead and ask him. Okay, let me start with the questions. Let me start from Emmanuel Asari. Okay, Laura.
Thank you. Emmanuel Asai says, I'm working on a visit visa, B1, B2. That is for the USA. Can you advise me more on the document I should provide when it comes to me? When it comes to me, the visitor. I don't know. This is US application. B1, B2 has to do with the US. If you want, yes, if you want a contact in the US, I can give you a colleague of mine who is an attorney in the US. If you are ready, I can give you his number now, or you can call me. Let me give you his number. It's called Mr. Desmond Dawuni. Desmond Dawuni. You can take his number. He is an attorney in New Jersey. His number is +1 314 808 2246. Let me repeat it again. It's +1 314 808 2246. He's an attorney in New Jersey. He can help you if you need any advice. Is lawyer Desmond Dawuni. Ophelia Kafui says, please, how do I prove that my relationship with my sponsor, who is an extended family member, is genuine? Now, to prove a genuine relationship with your sponsor is by use of birth certificates or DNA. So if you want to show the connection, you can use, first of all, your birth certificate, your father's birth certificate, or your mother's birth certificate, depending on who is related to the EU national, and then the other person's birth certificate. So you need about 3 birth certificates. Your parents' birth certificates, the extended family member's birth certificate, that will show the connection between the parents, and then your birth certificate will connect you to your parents. So it becomes like a triangle or an L shape. You to your parents' birth certificate, and the other family member's birth certificate will show that they have the same parents, or they have the same mother or the same father. That will be how to show it. Another way to show it is to have a DNA done. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid test done, and that will show that you are related. That is how to do it. Frederick Anochi, if you were removed from an EU country, can you still enter the UK through your wife, who is a British citizen? Yes, you can apply to join your wife, who is a British citizen. Now, when you make this application, normally they ask you if you have been refused visa from any of those other countries. EU country, Australia, USA, Germany, and those Canada, etc. They ask those questions. Yes, provide the answer, but that doesn't stop you if you qualify to come to the UK to join your wife. What can disqualify you is if there is a criminal record. That can disqualify anybody. It doesn't matter where you got that record. If anybody has a criminal record, that can affect you in your application to come to the UK. Apart from that, it should not affect you per se. They look at something we call suitability requirement and eligibility requirement. Suitability requirement deals with criminal records, ban, deportation, etc., etc. And eligibility requirement has to do with meeting the financial requirements, English language test, etc., etc. So yes, you can still qualify. Helena Yabua, how much do you need in your bank account for Visa? And is it a good idea to add friends or relatives' money to your account to increase your total amount? No, it is not a good idea to increase your account balance by taking money from people and putting it in the account. The application will be refused because the decision maker will say, we do not know the source of this money. What is the source? Where is the money coming from? Because you want to increase your balance, you have taken money and gone to put it in the account just to make it look sweet or to make it look good. The money is not yours. The money will not be available to you if you come to the UK as a visitor on a visit. Then they will refuse the application. It is better to have your own money in the account, even if it is not much, rather than just collect money and dump in the account. It will refuse. The other question is how much is enough? I cannot tell. There is no fixed amount. But let me tell you this. Now, the Ghana city has become like nothing at all. DJ Nyami is so unfortunate. The Ghana city compared to the pound sterling is just like nothing. Somebody who is earning 10,000 Ghana cities or has money in their account, if they bring it into pound sterling, it becomes like 475 pounds. Even with so much money in the account, they convert it into pounds and it is nothing. So that is the problem we are having when it comes to visit visas. You would think you have a lot of money, but then they go to OANDA, OANDA. You can go there yourself. Go to OANDA, OANDA Money Converter. Enter the Ghana city you have and into that, and compare it to the pound sterling, your money becomes like nothing. There is no fixed amount, but the more you have, the better. I also give this example. Assuming that you have 2,500 pounds equivalent, how much is the plane fare? Maybe 800 pounds or 600 pounds. How much is left? How much would you spend for food? How much would you spend for shopping? How much would you spend for accommodation if you are coming to lodge in a hotel? You realize that the money is finished. So the more you have, the better your chances of getting the visa. Thank you. Owusu Charles, can someone outside Europe sponsor me to Europe without my bank statement? Sponsor you? How what sort of sponsorship are you talking about? Is it to settle or to visit? If it is to visit, that is a different matter altogether. If it is to settle, assuming somebody is in Europe, the person is your father, your mother, your uncle, your husband, your wife, etc., etc. If it is marriage, you do not need any money. You can have zero or you can have no account. If it is marriage, they look at the person who is here. But if it is for visit, of course, the person who is sponsoring you will have to prove they can sponsor you. They have enough money for the travel, for your feeding, for your shopping, etc., etc. But you, the person who is coming also, you also have to prove that you have a substantial and a credible connection back home. You will go back after your visit. So the answer to your question is yes, you can be sponsored, but what shows that you have a strong connection to your country and you will go back? You have to find out that. Nana Edu, can I still apply for a US visa now as a single person since they've got my information with them? Can I still apply for, is it a US, I believe, a US visa now as a single person since they've got my information with them? Now, if you made an application before that you are married, you cannot turn around to say you are single. If you were married and you are divorced, you will be a divorcee or a divorced person. You cannot select single. You have to select divorced. That is what it is. So make sure whatever information you provided the first time is consistent with whatever information you will provide now, or the other way around. Whatever information you provide now is consistent with whatever information you provided before. Otherwise, there'll be discrepancies and your application will be refused. Nana Edu again says, please, I came to the UK as a married person just for documentation purposes, not rightfully. I once applied for a US visa as a single person, and my current marriage certificate doesn't tally with the previous application. Well, you will have a big problem there. Now you are here as a married couple, as a married person, sorry, say. You are here as a married person. If you apply to the US as a single person, now your circumstances have changed. Maybe at the time you applied, you were single. Now that you are married, you cannot say you are single. You are married. Therefore, your information will have to reflect your current situation, not what it used to be at the time. Ebenezer Iwa Asamaning, you are an IT professional. I've been looking for a job in the UK as a desktop support engineer, but haven't been successful up to 6 months. The question. There's no question here. This is just a statement. But I think I'll help you answer it. Now, if you've been looking for a job for 6 months and you haven't found one, then you haven't looked long enough. I looked for a job for 5 years before I got one as a trainee solicitor. 5 years before I got a job as a trainee solicitor before I later qualified after 1.5 years. So if you've looked for a job for 6 months and you haven't succeeded, take mine as an example. I looked for a job for 5 years before I got one. Don't give up. Keep pushing. I'm sure something will come up for you. Thank you very much. Joshua Deputy, about the certificates. I was delayed at immigration, that is Heathrow, for more than 15 minutes. The officer said they've had lots of fake certificates from Nigeria. You are right, my brother. If you were delayed for 15 minutes, then you are lucky. I know somebody who was delayed overnight. They kept him there, made the checks from the universities in Ghana, a particular university. They were certain before they let him out. So if yours was 15 minutes, I think I have to clap for that immigration officer for taking only 15 minutes to check. You are really fortunate to have gotten through. Yes, they will check. Then Emmanuel Ampao. I was refused UK visa. I want to know when should I apply again. There is no time limit if you have not been banned. If you've been banned for 10 years, please don't try. 10 years, you'll be refused. If you were banned for 10 years, if you apply again, you'll be refused within the 10 years. If you have not been banned, then just make sure you apply if you want to apply and address the reasons for the previous refusal. Example, if they said there was not enough money in your account and now there is enough money in your account, just make them understand my previous application was refused because I did not have sufficient funds in my account. Now I have enough money in my account. Maybe at the time I had only 3,000 Ghana cedis. Now I have 25,000, I have 40,000, I have 50,000. Clearly the circumstances have changed. And therefore, when I travel, I'll come back. So always make sure you address the reason for the previous refusal so that you give yourself a chance of succeeding in your application. Then, uh, I hold a permanent residence card from Canada. From Canada. What documents should I submit to guarantee my entry into the UK for permanent stay? Permanent stay, it depends on in the category in which you are coming. There are different categories in which you can come as to settle on ultimately. You can come as a spouse, you can come as a student, and then ultimately settle if you meet the other requirements. You can come as a person who is coming to work, skilled worker. So I need to know the route on which you are coming to settle before I can tailor my advice to suit your question. Otherwise, I'll have to discuss all the options, and that will be too much for us during this time. Now, there's another question. Winifred A. Agri. It says, your question says, please, how can an uncle who is staying in Germany but using a Spain passport apply for visa for his niece to come to Germany? So the uncle is Spanish, is a national of Spain, and he's living in Germany. They want to apply for you. That will be another EU law. Before the UK left the EU, we were making such applications under the 2016 Immigration EEA regulations. Now the UK left the EU, so the UK is no longer part of that agreement. So if your uncle, who is a national of Spain, is living in Germany, then he has to apply for you as an extended family member of an EU national who is exercising their treaty rights in another EU country. He is from Spain, he's in Germany, he has to apply for you from Germany to join him in in Germany. I suppose he can speak to a German lawyer who might be able to assist in your application. Then we have Efia Nyako. Efia Nyako. Good evening, Mr. DJ and Mr. Lawyer. Good evening, Sister Efia Nyako. I have a boyfriend in the USA and he wants to come to Ghana so we can get married and take me to the USA. How can we start the whole process? Oh, lucky you, lucky you. Your boyfriend wants to come and take you. That is good. Now, the whole process, I believe you already have evidence of communication. I believe you already talk on WhatsApp, you have pictures, you have emails, you have correspondence, he sends you money. That is all part of the proof that there is a genuine and subsistent relationship going on. Now, with the US, you will have to speak to my friend who is an attorney in New Jersey. He is in New Jersey. I think it's in West Orange. No, not is it West Orange? I think it's West Orange. Yes, it's called Desmond Dawuni. Let me give you his number again. Let me give you his number again. Contact lawyer Desmond. He will be able to help advise your partner as to how to go through the process. Lawyer Desmond's number again is +1 314 808 2246 +1 314 808 2246. That is lawyer Desmond Dawuni. He is in the USA. He will be able to help you to, I mean, file your applications to join your boyfriend after you get married. I'm sure your boyfriend will come to Ghana. You do all the ceremonies. You get married. You get your marriage certificate. Then you can file to join him in the US of A. Bedman, I'm in Germany. Is it possible for me to visit UK without an invitation? Of course, it is possible for you to visit the UK without an invite. All you need to do, if you are in Germany legally or you have your stay in Germany, all you need to do is book a hotel. Apply for your visa if you need a visa. Tell them you have enough money. Give them your bank statement. Give them your pay slips. Give them a letter from your employer. Show that you would go back to Germany. They will give you the visa. Come visit, and then you can go back. You do not need any invite from anybody. Just book your hotel, submit your application, and you'll be fine. And you'll be fine. Then we have Helena Yabua. It is a good idea, or is it a good idea to submit your job certificate for to prove home ties? Job certificates in itself does not really show any connection to your home. What can show a tie is your letter from employment or letter from your employer, your payslips, your bank statement, your social ties. You must show that you have some strong social ties like DJ Nyami has, so that when you come abroad, you can always go back. Because DJ Nyami has a very strong social ties. He's so connected with the society. Let's him that
It's
he
mad.
there is DJ. It is true. Don't not deny it, please. So show that you are a member of a group. Maybe you are in a church, you are in a social group, you are in something that binds you, you have a position of responsibility. If you can show that, then you have a good chance. But just certificates alone is not very, very strong, I'm sorry to say. Then we have David Bossman. My friend was refused a UK visa because he didn't explain why he transferred $6,000 to US company to buy a car in his application. So please should take note of this. Thank you very much, Mr. Bossman. This is what I said. Any money that comes to your account, they want to know the source of the money. Any money that leaves your account, they want to know the purpose for which it was sent. Because of money transfer, sorry, because of what do you call it? Money laundering. Yes, because of money laundering, this time they want to know the source of the money. They want to be sure it is not some drugs money or it is not some um, fake, transaction money. It is not some internet fraudster money. They just want to know the source of the money. Tell them what the money is for. Tell them what it went out for. Tell them the source of the money into your account. At least that reduces your chances of being refused. Joe Owusu Boateng. If someone came to the UK as a visitor and got married to an EU citizen, how long is it to take before they become British citizen? Now, this is a very, very good question, but it has a very long answer. Now, if you came as a visitor and your visa expired, you became an overstayer. You have overstayed. Or if you came as a visitor and you married an EU national, each national while you were here as a visitor, remember you came as a visitor. In that case, you'll be regarded as a person who has overstayed. Now, the law says if you overstay your visa before you married an EU national or you marry anybody and you are given 5 years residence card, after that, you will get your indefinite leave after 5 years. You have to prove that you've lived in the UK for 10 years lawfully before you can qualify for your British citizenship because of the provision under the uh, good character requirement. Good character requirement, which is found in the British Nationality Act, Section 6, Schedule 1, Subsection 2. That is where you find the requirements for British citizenship. And good character requirement says you should be in the UK legally for 10 years before you can apply for your British citizenship. If you ever overstay. I'll give you another example. Assuming you and somebody else came on the same aeroplane to the UK on the same day, they came with marriage. You came as a visitor. They will get their British citizenship after either 5 years or after 3 years, after indefinite, they can get their British citizenship. But you will have to wait for 10 years because you overstayed your visa and later got your stay. So yours will be 10 years. The one who has never overstayed would be 5 years or 6 years, depending on who they are married to. Next question.
I think lawyer, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, we have those who just joined us. Maybe I think they are just new to this program. So I see a lot of questions, US and Europe. Some are asking European question, European visa and all that. Lawyer Wisdom Macau is solely for UK. What we are doing now is for UK people. I have one lady who I've been doing with, but I think she moved from the where she was and moved to a different place. So I'll bring her again. She's Aisha. She's in Germany. So those who are in Europe, she knows more about this Germany and all that. I'll also have today I had an interview with one woman. I'll be dropping the video soon in US. AK Poku, lawyer AK Poku, also with some teachings and all that. But this one is UK. We are talking about UK. So if you ask him any question concerning Europe and all those changing visa and US, he's not the right person to answer you. Let me play the voices. I think I have one or two voices. Let me just play it. You can still drop your questions if you have anything that you want to ask him concerning UK immigration. He's immigration expert, lawyer, solicitor. So anything concerning UKBI, you can ask him. We have done several videos already. If you have subscribed to our channel, you just click on the video section, scroll through, you see I've done a lot of videos with him. So most of your questions you are even asking now, we have already done that already. Yeah. So if you just join us, I know day in, day out, new people joining the channel and all that. So some don't know, but just go through our videos. Make sure you subscribe, click on videos, go through. You see a lot of topics we have already tweeted. Let me play some voices and then
That's fine. Thank you.
We take it from.
I mean, let me busa say, Mr. Busa, no, mama say, Ireland, call Ireland, procedure, any UK DNA the same thing, and I say a differentiate. Because me who, now me who say anything about Ireland, also the a home sense, family said the city, and I'll be to me fear kakra. DJ Jam, good evening. Pacho, say, every person or sponsor or that or the kotoa. A brand new sponsor only UK or only Europe or Ghana no person or sponsor or no other sponsor ABBA a cover do koto Europe and who be here critical such a I was a owner sponsor who use bank statement and I say any panel the any bit in the wako.
Okay, lawyer.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Also, first question now, you were 4 countries and the United Kingdom. We have Northern Ireland, we have England, we have Wales, and we have Scotland. And to me, friend in news, NEWS, Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. Now, our bizarre question about Ireland. Mejidisa is not talking about the Northern Ireland. If it is Northern Ireland, that is in the UK, so that is the same law applies to all of us. But if it is Ireland, that's the Republic of Ireland, that is in the EU. So their applications may vary depending on where you're applying for to join somebody there. So they will still hold on to the rules that was in place at the time when the UK was in the EU. I'm sure they'll still be governed by the EU rules. So preferably, you may call me. I can just see if I can get an Irish lawyer for you, a lawyer who is in the Republic of Ireland, who may be able to advise you better rather than me, who is in the UK here. Again, United Kingdom is made up of 4 countries. NEWS, news, Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. So anything that has to do with Republic of Ireland is outside the United Kingdom. The other person says, if somebody wants to sponsor you, is it enough just to use the sponsor's documents, or you, the sponsee, the person who is being sponsored, you also have to add your documents, your bank statement? It is very, very important that if you are being sponsored, You, the person being sponsored, you have to show your own personal circumstance. You have to show your own personal circumstance as well, because the application is going to be made based on yours as well. They want to be sure that if you come, you will go back. So if you also have some statement, etc., that is fine. However, if you are being sponsored by a company, that is a different matter altogether. Assuming that you are working with the Ministry of Finance and they want to sponsor you to come and do a course, or maybe a 1 week course or 2 week course, you don't have to personally add your bank statement because you are being sponsored by the Ministry of Finance, or you are being sponsored by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. They will take care of all of that. You do not have to add your own personal bank statement, etc., etc. So that is different. But if you've been sponsored by an individual, I don't know in what category, it will be very helpful if you can prove that you yourself, you are in the position to visit and then come back. You have a strong connection back to your country that can help you in your application.
Oh, boss, Pacho, good evening. Pacho, mpesi bisa lawyer no say meye single mother maba UK hase. Na me wa mama you know Ghana me pese me kofa ho ba. Na no san kwan ben so na me kwa kofa ho ba meye adwuma e wo health sector hase. Pacho, e kwan ben so na nkrata ben na me hia me kwa kofa ho ba. Me da sipi.
Okay, lawyer.
Yo, sir, who pɛ sɛ woma ɛba UK ha a wosi woyɛ adwuma wɔ health sector megye di sɛ wowɔ either settlement anaa wowɔ tier 2 visa anaa you have 2.5 years or indefinite or British citizenship. I don't know. It's possible. But as I tell me say woman no, they are under 18 years old. They are minors. They are not above 18 years. That is one. Sɛ ɔmo papa wɔ kurom ha then you don't have too much problems. So no nso asetena. But oni asetena anaa oni kurom ha then you have to show biribi a yɛfrɛ no sole responsibility. Ɛsɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ wo a wɔ kurom ha no, you have all the responsibility for and over the children. Their feeding, their schooling, their clothing, their medical needs, their extra classes, their social life, their religious life. You make all those decisions. If you can provide that, we have a template. We have letters that we give to our clients for them to follow. We have templates they can follow. Once they provide that letter from the hospital, from the clinic, hospital or clinic, the school, the extra classes teacher, the legal guardian, the application will succeed. We can assure you. I also hope that you are working, you earning enough money. We need to do the financial calculation or the maintenance calculation. If you go to the income support level threshold in calculating this financial or maintenance requirement, a parent, one or see a single parent, you need about £80 a week times 4 weeks. So you find the total for the month. For the children, you are looking at £78 point 80p a week times 4 weeks for a child times the number of children. You need to work out that. The figures keep changing, so you need to use the most accurate figure. Otherwise, they can use a few pounds to fail you. Then from there, you need to show that you have enough accommodation. That is subscribed under Part X of the Housing Act. To show that you have enough accommodation for your children to come and live with you. You have to show the relationship between you and your children. What shows that they are your children? What shows that you are actually their biological mom? So you can do a DNA or you can add a birth certificate with weighing cards and all other supporting documents to support the application. If you can provide all of these documents, I can assure you that you have a very good chance of bringing your children to the UK. That is what we do. We give you the list, we give you the guidance, and once we do it, I can guarantee almost certainly that if all the boxes are ticked, your children should join you here in the UK.
Okay, let's go back to the comment section.
We have Ophelia Kafui. My previous application as a student who doesn't work. Well, I'm sorry, in my previous application as a student who doesn't work, I was refused because I couldn't prove how I've been cared for here in Ghana by my sponsor. This is a statement. It goes on to say, how do I prove that since we live together and money given to me by him is in cash daily and not through bank? Okay, that's fine. So this is a question, is it got to do with a student visa application? If it's a student visa application, it's more about the money in the account for 28 days to meet the requirement from the universities, etc., etc. But if it is for visit visa, then of course you have a huge hurdle to climb over. If you can't prove, it becomes very difficult. The name of the game is evidence. If you cannot show evidence, it becomes difficult. Your sponsor can also maybe write a letter to say, yes, she lives with me, we're at home, there's no bank transfers, I give cash. That is true, but as to whether or not they will accept it, I can't guarantee anything. You can only try. There is no guarantee with these things. A. Abrefi. I am a mother of two children, divorced, and working in the health sector in the UK. Please, what's the document? Yes, I think she asked this question either on this way out. I think I've just gone through that question a short while ago. Benzi Asensio. Okay. Benzi Asensio. Please, if you have a cousin in the UK and he or she wants to come for you from Ghana, what are the What are the procedures? Your cousin wants to come for you from Ghana. In which category? First of all, what visa or what leave has your cousin got? Is your cousin a British citizen? If so, how old are you? If you are more than 18 years, that is a no, no, no. If you are even under 18 years, the question is, what is the proof that you cannot continue to live in Ghana with your cousin's support? Why must they come for you? That also makes it very, very difficult. If your cousin is an EU national, unfortunately, because the UK is no longer in the EU, you are not able to join your cousin anymore as an extended family member because the UK is now no longer in the EU and all extended family members have been cut off from the EU applications. So it is difficult for me to see exactly which compartment to put you. It's difficult. I will need more information. You can take my number, you can call us, you can book appointments and come to the office, or you can get your cousin. You are in Ghana, you can get your cousin to come sit down with us and then we discuss all the options that are available for you to join them here in the UK. Emmanuel Ampao, I was refused because my employer has not sponsored any employee in the UK before. So what should I do? Thank you. I mean, that is a very, very unreasonable refusal decision. There is always a first time for everything. If your sponsor has not sponsored anybody in the UK before, that is not a reason to say it should be refused. It's unfortunate, but I would say if you want to make the application again, make the application and address that point. Yes, she's never sponsored anybody before. There's always a first time to sponsor. This time she's able to sponsor me. She meets the financial requirements. I also satisfy the other requirements. Will you therefore consider my application again? It's unfortunate that it should be refused based on such a lame reason that they haven't sponsored anybody before. That is very unreasonable. John Obeng, I have a registered shop. Can I apply for a visit visa? You can apply for visit. In fact, anybody can apply for visit visa if you meet the requirements. What shows that you will go back? Mr. Obeng, what shows? You have a shop, registered shop. Do you have an accountant? Do you have a bank statement? Do you have money coming in? Do you have money going out? Do you operate a profitable business? How much money do you make a month? How much money do you make a year? If you don't have enough money to show that the money you are making a year is substantial, which will make you go back, your application will not succeed. I am sorry to say. Registering the shop as only is no reason to be given visa. You have to prove that you are in a business that is viable, that is profitable. And because of that, you will go back when you come to the UK. Cynthia Mensah, please, my husband has a temporary UK biometric card. What does that mean? He refused to tell me. Your husband doesn't want to tell you that he has a temporary biometric visa or card. Temporary means temporary, permanent means permanent. Temporary means it's not permanent. In other words, there's a deadline, maybe 2.5 years, or 3 years, or 5 years. He is not settled yet. He is not stabilized. It's not like he can stay here forever. It means that there's a deadline on his leave to be in the UK. I am sure after a year or 2 years or few years, when he gets his indefinite, when he gets his stability, he'll be able to come for you. Now, he's hanging small. That is temporary. He's hanging small. And if you're hanging, you can't carry anybody on you. So you have to wait until his legs are grounded firmly, indefinite or British. Then he can take you, just as DJ Nyami understands and is smiling over there.
Thank you so much, lawyer. Our time is almost up. Thank you so much for watching us. Every Fridays, lawyer will be here, 5:30 Ghana time, GMT, 5:30 to 7. So make sure if you missed today, if you just join us next week Friday, he will be here. And then we'll be doing this live thing. You can bring your questions and all that. It's UK thing, no. I'll start with Aisha again. Today I had an interview with lawyer AK Poku, US for Numa. We'll be saying some US. You've been asking me about US. Today I took my time, almost about 1 hour. So I'll be bringing the video. We'll break it down, topics. So those who have been asking me US, I've done Canada with Stephen Audi. I've done Canada too. Small. We'll go to other places, other countries, and all that. So, lawyer, thank you so much. What do you have to say? Your last message. His number is on the screen. You can pick his number and just call him. You can WhatsApp him. He's a busy man, but you just WhatsApp him and all that. Lawyer, what do you have to say?
What I want to say is thank you very much. You are doing so much for the country. You are sending out information so much. Somebody called me the other day and he says, that man is doing so well. He is so plain. He is not about insulting people and abusing people. So that is what he told me. Says DJ Nyami, his program is so well done professionally, and he commends you greatly. So I also just want to take the opportunity to say thank you very much. Thank you so much for making this platform available for us to educate our people. There are little things that people get wrong, and it can cause a whole lot of difficulties, especially this document thing I've just talked about today. If you do the work I do, you will see all kinds of things. And sometimes you ask yourself, how can somebody do or make this mistake? So thank you for giving us the platform. We hope that next week we will be able to look at another topic to advise our people. If anybody needs help, our contact details are online. You could always call, book, come in, we'll sit down. There are some of the things we cannot discuss over this line. But when we sit down, then we can ask more questions, take more information, and give you the right direction. Don't do this, bring this, take this out, and then we can work it all out for the betterment and for the positive result that we are all looking for. Thank you very much. God bless you. God willing, next week we shall meet again. Thank you so much.
Nice one, lawyer Wisdom Akao, Wise Smart Solicitors. They are in UK, London. Thank you so much for having time talking to us on SBTV Africa, sharing more info for us, educating us. This program there, I said now I will start to use my 2x4 English. And look, Now, when I meet people that they speak English, I also do my, technical man who speak plenty English. Yeah, good. Wow. So anyway, my name is DJ Nyame. Make sure you share our video, subscribe to our channel. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe to our channel. More videos are coming with Ghetto Live and all. I get all the feedbacks I've been reading. People say, oh, cover their face. If I cover their face, how will they get help? We are trying our best to help those people. It's not like I put it, I enjoy listening to, or I like putting those things out for something. But I want you to learn something out from it. I mean, Charlie, and also we help them. Well, I put a lot of videos out. Only yesterday, we put one lady, this small guy, Bena Flores. Hey, Mbeme. But one thing you guys have not noticed, I think maybe they are new on the channel. I don't give numbers like that. People who are into hookup and all prostitution, I don't give their numbers out. I don't do that. I will never do that. Because we already know clearly the job they are doing, and you want me to give you their number. So it's like I'm marketing them or what? No. We are finding ways and means to help them to stop. So if you want to help the person, why not channel everything to us? We will present, or we will find a way to help the person. You see it everything here on this channel. A lot of men, more than 50. I want the number because she's busy. But I have to say this. I did a lot of interviews. I interviewed more beautiful young ladies. Why this particular girl, Abuna Flores, everybody is asking of a number? Why? Is she the only one we have to help? There are a lot of ladies I interviewed that we can help them. But we are trying to be picky and then, oh no. Masa, we are doing our best. We will follow up. SBTV Africa will follow up. Those who can help, we can help. We can't help everybody. But if you also support us, you bring your contribution, we can support them, we can help them. Because what I have to do is that we have to think of moving them gradually from the ghetto, going to see we have to go and see their family, and then we discuss with them what the person want to do. If learning some skill or going back to school, we can also support. That's the plan. But if you ask me, you want to support the person, I should give the number. That one, forget. Don't come and even write me. If you want to support the person, my number is there. Call me, whatever you want to bring. If you want to support them by cash, call me or just WhatsApp me. Oh, what's your mobile money? I want to do this. When we finish, we know we are supporting. Some people, we have received some money from some few people. But Charlie, majority, you want a number, you have personal discussion. What kind of discussion do you have with her? Anyway, we'll be bringing more. And we SBTV, we do here. When I start one thing, I make sure I do it. I started Daily Hustle Worldwide, and I was doing with Abrochi people. My yes, almost from February to this month or early this month or last month, at least. Abrochi for so minimum come. I'm back with Daily Hustle Ghana, Ghetto Life Story. I'll be doing the outside ones, one, but watch out for more because we are bringing more videos. Ghetto Life with the ladies, with the guys, you see more. It's not like we are only watching. Don't just watch. If you watch, no confuse, small, then we can help together. Let's help together. I'll thank my production team, DJ Click, Sharon and Tina. My name is DJ Nyame. Subscribe to our channel, share, invite your friends to join us. SBTV Africa, the voice of the community. When you see me in town, just say Tua, and I'll respond to Tua. So, Charlie,